and welcome. My name is Eileen Chevalier and I created the typewriter alphabet. These are the flashcards. And this lesson, we are going to actually eat some Angiospermae. So edible Angiospermae. Enough theory. What do edible flowers taste like? Most of the fruits and vegetables you already eat come from flowering plants. Cucumbers, pineapple, coffee, cilantro. In this lesson, we're going to try tasting some flowers as well. Now, I personally am not going to do this because it's the winter and I don't have any flowering edible. Like the flowers that I do have right now are not edible. Some of them are poisonous. I have poinsettia. That would kill me. I can't really do that at this moment, but you can find some for yourself. So what does edible mean? Let's do our definition. Pull out your journal. Edible, safe for humans to eat. Now, obviously, when we use the word edible, we mean that in the context of ourselves. So there are certain things that we may be able to eat that other animals wouldn't be able to eat, or things that animals can eat that we can't eat. So when we talk about an edible angiosperm, we mean something that it is safe for humans to consume. Question, oh wait, I'm going to show you our two books. We're going to use you can use any books you want. These are just two that I got. So I got the Herbal Handbook and Edible and Healing Flowers. So these were both really interesting. The pictures in them are great. The way that they talk about it is very clear. And the Margaret Roberts book with the 100 edible and healing flowers is just packed full of information, lots of surprising information to me. So, first thing we want to think about is, did you know that cashews are toxic unless they are roasted and steamed? Many common foods are from plants with toxic parts or forms. So tomatoes, the vines and leaves, potatoes when they're green, kidney beans if they're not properly boiled, and asparagus, the fruit of the asparagus. It is very important to know when and how to eat plants, including the flowers. How can you discover how to select and prepare Angiospermae? So you can do that with some books. You can do that with these two books right here, the Herbal Handbook and the 100 Edible and Healing Flowers book. So you could learn from other people, but quite frankly, most people don't know anymore, right? We just go to a grocery store, we eat whatever's there. We don't really know a lot about going into the wild and gathering food and identifying what's poisonous and what's edible and what will nourish us and what will kill us. Like, these just aren't things that we culturally know in the United States anymore. I'm sure a lot of other countries that's true as well. So perhaps your country is amazing and you guys still know those things. Congratulations. Come over here and teach us. Not that we want to know, but you should want to know. So be interested in figuring out these things. So sometimes you can now that we have the internet, we can look up these things and find out what's edible and what's not edible. Obviously, if you're going to a grocery store to get your food, the cashews have already been prepared for you. They're not feeding you asparagus flowers, that sort of thing. There are many ways to consume Angiospermae: raw, cooked, in tea. That's a favorite one. Hibiscus tea is amazing. And even candied. I have candied roses before, which is really fun. Look through the books above or online and come up with some recipes for a flower eating party. Which are your favorite? Can you grow your own flowers to eat so that they're the most nutritious? Lots of flowers are grown with a huge amount of pesticides. So even though theoretically you could eat a rose, you do not want to buy a flower arrangement from a store and eat the roses off of there because they have been sprayed with lots of toxic things. So even though the plant itself is not toxic, there's a bunch of toxins on it. So don't eat roses from the store. If you want to eat roses from a plant that has not been inundated with pesticides. No glyphosate, no Roundup, that's glyphosate. You don't want that on there. That will just come up in the plant and cause cancer for you. So don't do that. Don't get ones that have been sprayed, right? So only naturally grown flowers. Very important. Never out of a flower arrangement because those are all going to be toxic. Most likely. Growing your own is the best way to do it. Nasturtiums are quick and easy. They're my favorite. They're super spicy and delicious. Try eating some flowers and record your impressions. So this is in your journal. This is your journal assignment, is recording your impressions. And your impressions might be very different from other people's impressions. For instance, my husband actually doesn't love nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are one of my favorite foods. I don't eat them a lot, but when they're there, every time I walk by and the nasturtium, I just eat the flowers off of it. Every morning I go out to the garden and then whatever's blooming is delicious. I also used to take the leaves and make like little like miniature wraps with them. So you know how you can have a tortilla and make a wrap in there? I would just use the leaves and then at the time I was eating meat, so I'd put ham and cheese in there and roll it up and eat it, which was really fun. I'm sure you could roll up whatever you want in there. And they're so spicy and delicious. And the leaves of nasturtiums are really strong, like structurally, they'll handle that. Like they'll be able to just sort of like lettuce, like wrap something up inside of it. So you can take polls about the taste, vote for your favorite flowers and varieties, and just watch the reactions of others trying something new. So that's always fun, right? Because usually we don't eat a lot of flowers, so having them and trying them, like dandelion tea, for instance. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's really gross? Like different people have different impressions about whether or not they like these angiosperms, eating the angiosperms. Try eating several different types of nasturtiums and compare. I say that because they're my favorite. Which tea is best iced or hot? Echinacea, hibiscus, lavender. Record your observations and rankings in your journal. And you might just want to record like, hey, right now I don't have any lavender, but I do want to try lavender in the future. So like make notes to yourself about what things you want to try in the future, what angiosperms that you want to try eating. And just make sure that they are edible and that you prepare them in the correct way before you try them. All right, guys, have fun, and I will see you next time. Bye.